killed you, motherfucker. You crazy? I don't know the fuck you nigga play with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker. Fuck you up. I play no motherfucking games.
Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm gonna be.
No one expected it to get this heated. Backstage at the first official Floyd Mayweather versus Terence Crawford face-off, voices were raised, tension snapped, and security had to step between two of the greatest fighters of their eras. Nobody knows exactly who said what, but you could feel one thing loud and clear. This wasn't some friendly promotional tour. This was ego versus greatness, legacy versus legacy colliding in a way boxing hasn't seen in years. And once they finally sat down face to face, the energy didn't calm down. It got worse. Then the lights came on, both men tried to act composed, but you could see it in Floyd's eyes. He wasn't here for show. He wasn't smiling, he wasn't joking, he wasn't playing the money character he built over 2 decades. And Crawford? He was cool, relaxed, leveled, but you could tell he was ready for whatever Floyd brought.
If this kid said he'd been training every day, for years, every day in boxing, I'm somewhere in Aruba, in the Bahamas, in Dubai, I'm traveling the world on my jet.
The conversation started normal. Contracts, negotiations, a little back and forth about who deserves what. But the moment the topic of who's the best of this era came up, everything shifted. Crawford leaned forward. Floyd tightened up. And for the first time in years, you could see Floyd genuinely irritated. Not because Crawford disrespected him, but because deep down, Floyd knows exactly why this fight is happening, and everyone else knows too. This all started because Canelo Alvarez said Crawford was better than Floyd.
If you can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Simple. One comment, and the internet exploded. Crawford beats Canelo. Crawford becomes the face of the sport. And suddenly, boxing fans start saying something that Floyd has never allowed anybody to say. Maybe someone past Mayweather.
Who you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
That's the real trigger. That's the button nobody touches with Floyd. The reason he's here, at 47 years old, staring down the most dangerous fighter alive.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the biggest egos in the sport, so much so that he could not find a way to give Muhammad Ali credit as being a top 5 fighter and claimed that Roberto Duran sits above Muhammad Ali, right? Why? Because Floyd wants to be better than Muhammad Ali. He completely redid his image when he became Money Mayweather to pretty much copy from calling himself the GOAT, calling himself TBE, right? Whole thing. Very disrespectful of Muhammad Ali when he was coming up, when after Floyd Mayweather Jr. wound up being at the top of the sport. So now that Terence Crawford has firmly placed himself at the top of boxing, and not just as the pound for pound fighter right now, many people are saying, hey, Shouldn't he be considered one of the greatest fighters of all time?
When the face-off ended, the press conference kicked in and everything kept boiling. This wasn't like old Floyd pressers where he talked non-stop. This time, Floyd was serious, focused. He wasn't even trying to entertain. He was talking legacy. He wants this fight because he's not letting anyone erase his spot.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
And then you look at Crawford on the other side, unbothered, calm, looking at Floyd like he's just another name on the list. For Crawford, this fight is different. He already beat Errol Spence. He already beat Canelo. He already shut down every person who doubted him. Does he need Floyd? Not at all. But he wants Floyd.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Because Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm going to always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
For years in interviews, early in his career, Crawford used to dodge the question when people asked if he could beat Mayweather. He didn't answer confidently. He didn't push for that conversation. That was years ago.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope.
No friends in this business for you?
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
I beat your...
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
Today, Crawford says he beats Floyd in Floyd's own prime. That alone was enough to set this entire rivalry on fire.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
And while the reporters were talking, you could see Floyd getting annoyed. Not at what Crawford said on stage, but at what Crawford represents. A new king, a new standard, a new best fighter alive. And Floyd hates that.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number 1, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world of boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation didn't get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
The press started bringing up Floyd's upcoming exhibition with Mike Tyson. And look, nobody is pretending this is a real fight. It's entertainment. It's 2 legends touching gloves for a bag.
Fight that fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything. and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and you know, like, hey, this is not, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to get the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an exciting event. And if people...
But you can't ignore the fact that it is Mike Tyson. And if Tyson gets emotional or angry, let's not forget Tyson hates Floyd, and this exhibition can get dangerous.
Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
Unless we're talking about Floyd, and listen, we all gotta believe we're the greatest of all time, right? We all gotta believe that, but we all know Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time.
If you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
But here's the thing, that fight means nothing compared to Crawford. Everyone can see Floyd's energy change the moment Crawford's name is brought up. Suddenly he's not Money Mayweather, the entertainer. He becomes Floyd Mayweather Jr., the fighter who went 50-0, and he wanted to make a professional comeback for a while now. Floyd knows that beating Crawford at his age would shut down every debate for the rest of history. And Crawford knows beating Floyd, even an older Floyd, still writes his name into the highest chapter of the sport. This isn't just business. Bud knows how good Floyd is.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions. You know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
After the Canelo fight, many people expected Crawford to retire. He had nothing left to prove. He was pound for pound #1. He beat a bigger man that nobody thought he could beat. His legacy was already complete.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, you would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought again.
But Crawford chose the hardest path. He wants Floyd because he wants to end the conversation permanently. He doesn't want fans saying, yeah, he's great, but he never fought Floyd. He doesn't want the comparisons. He wants the closure of taking out the man who dominated 2 entire decades of boxing.
Terence Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume? So dominant.
And on top of that, Crawford is a competitor, one of the last real competitors in the sport. He wants challenges, not safe fights, even if those challenges bring criticism. Because yes, he is getting criticism. People are saying, why fight an old Floyd? Why not fight Boots Ennis? And honestly, they're not wrong.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his prime.
For years, fans, fighters, and analysts have been saying Boots is the fight Crawford should take because Boots is the one guy whose style actually mirrors Crawford's. Switch hitting, explosive, technical, and dangerous in every stance.
Who they are cancels out each other as far as height. They both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in a big stage against big fighters so many times. And also, with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like, look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So sure. I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I got to go with Crawford.
And it's not just fans pushing this. Boots himself has been calling Crawford out nonstop, saying he wants that challenge, he wants that test, and he wants the man people call the best of this generation. But every time Crawford is asked about him, he shuts it down immediately, saying he's not interested and that the fight does nothing for him.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. You know, I win, they're gonna say, oh, well, he was young, he wasn't ready. You know, he was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over him. You got, you know, so much more than this kid that never been tested before. You know, because we always seen him win in flying colors, a fashionate way, you know, to where we say, oh man, he's cold, he's skillful, but he's never been in the ring with nobody to test him. So me fighting Boots will be like, okay, well, you beat Boots. It's not a mega fight. It's gonna sell a little bit because of your name and what you just accomplished.
Still, the noise around a Boots fight hasn't slowed down at all. And the more Crawford avoids the matchup, the louder those conversations get.
A fight that makes a whole lot of sense, and a fight that stylistically will be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis.
I don't think I think that's going backwards for Terence.
To that point, Jaron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.
Another name is Virgil Ortiz J. Virgil just came off a monster performance and immediately called out Crawford. Oscar De La Hoya was hyping him hard, pushing his name, calling it the biggest fight at 154.
I mean, look, I'm here to fight the best. I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next, it can be Spence next, it can be Crawford next, if he's still willing to do it. Because, you know, that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. Man, we're just going to keep doing what I do best. You know, and that's just being me.
A prime fighter versus a prime legend, that's the matchup hardcore fans want. But here's the reality. Crawford already beat undisputed Spence, already beat Canelo. He doesn't need to chase someone like Ortiz. He's doing this fight because it means more historically, not competitively. If he fights Boots, people say, nice fight. If he fights Ortiz, people say, good matchup. But if he fights Floyd, people talk about it for the next 30 years.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference to people.
Now here's where things get interesting. Terence Crawford is bigger than Floyd. Crawford hits harder. Crawford is younger. He's more active. But the hardest part about fighting Floyd isn't hurting him. It's hitting him. Crawford could dominate early, or Floyd could turn this into a defensive masterclass and frustrate the younger man.
Floyd beat everybody. That boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad. On defense, like catch, bam, 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 bam. Man, that boy bad. Floyd had the best defense in boxing history. Hitting you with shots that you don't see, that's where Floyd mastered. You know, hit and not get hit. A lot of people, they give him credit now, but they didn't give him credit when he was active.
During the press conference, Floyd talked more about legacy, money, and respect. Crawford talked about challenge, competition, and proving himself.
And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist. I'm gonna let y'all know this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day, I'm the smart one. Because I don't care if you write good about me, you write bad about me, just keep writing about me.
So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.